تلویزیون اسلامی ایمان و بنیاد راقم با افتخار تقدیم می کند مجموعه گرانبها و پرارزش زندگی نامه پیامبر بزرگ اسلام حضرت محمد صلی الله علیه و سلم توسط دانشمند و عالم فرزانه کشور دکتر عبدالستار سیرت. این اثر ارزشمند که شامل 41 پروگرام و در 8 دیویدی گنجانیده شده در واقع یک کتابخانه بزرگ سیرت النبی صلی الله علیه و سلم به شمار می آید که شرح و وقایع آن با بیان عظمت و شخصیت بی‌نظیر پیامبر بزرگ اسلام از مصدر اصلی آن یعنی قرآن کریم و احادیث مبارک نبوی گرفته شده. تمام عواید این مجموعه گرانبها به صورت صدقه جاریه از طرف استاد عبدالستار سیرت و تلویزیون ایمان اهدا گردیده است. این بزرگترین هدیه خواهد بود برای شما و خانواده های مؤمن شما. برای دریافت این مجموعه بی‌نظیر به تلفن های 510 894 3784 و یا 510 673 40 در تماس شوید.
بخوانم معلوقاتی که در این متن خوانده میشه این را خدمت شما معنایش را توسط تصاویر تقدیم کنم. بیاییم که درس امروز با شروع لغات. Okay. Now these are the words that I want you to see if you could match the meaning. Mammals. Mammals. Please repeat after me. Contagious. Contagious. However, alert, quickly, race, occupation, immigrant, typical, wow. The words that you need to match them with is awake, not sleeping. B, fast, right away. C, animals that bear babies. D, competition or match. E, but. F, an expression of excitement. G, a person moving to another country. H, catching, giving it to others. I, job. And J, usual, not special. So, what is the meaning of mammals? What's your answer? From A to J, which one did you choose? یعنی که معنای mammals در انگلیسی کدام است؟ شما در بین A تا به J را کدام لغت انتخاب کنید که معنایش باشه. The correct answer is C. Animals that bears babies. The animals that they give birth to a baby. These animals are called mammals. Like bear, like dogs, cats. These are all mammals. Contagious. Which word is has the same meaning as that of contagious? The correct answer is H. That means what? Catching, giving in to others. Contagious the فرسی سوری مانامده. مریضی سوری مثلا ریزش یک مریضی سوری. It's a contagious disease. Okay. So if you were looking for it for a Farsi word, it's sari. However is what? Another word for however is what? But. Alert. The correct answer is A. Awake, not sleepy. یعنی کسی که بیدار باشه او را alert میگن. Quickly means what? B. Fast, right away. Race means what? D. Competition, match. Race البته چند معنا داره. یک معنایش امی رنگ جلد است، مثلا سیاه یا سفید is a race. و دیگه معنای ریس معنایش یک مسابقه معنیده. Occupation is what? I, which means what? Job. And immigrant is what? G, which means a person moving to another country. که به فارسی ما شما اینو مهاجر میگیم. Typical is J, means usual, not special. یعنی یک چیزی که بسیار عادی باشه، یک چیزی که بسیار مخصوص نباشه، در انگلیسی او رو typical میگن. Wow means F means an expression of excitement. این یک اصطلاحی است که به اصطلاح وقتی که شما یک چیز شما را به اصطلاح به حیرت میبره میگن واو. مثلا یک موتور بسیار مقبول میبینین، بسیار به اصطلاح به حیرت میگن واو excellent car for example. یا یک نفر میبینید که کار بسیار خارق العاده میکنه میگن what wow. But you have to say it with an excitement, so you have to say it with an exclamation. You have to say it what? Wow. You don't say wow. Wow, like that, okay? So please repeat after me together these words. Now that you know the meaning, let's repeat. Mammals. Mammals. Contagious. Contagious. However. Alert. Quickly. Race. Occupation. Occupation. Immigrant. Immigrant. Typical. Typical. Wow. Wow. Now let's go to the next one, and that's what? A grammar lesson. These are verb form review. So what we have is what? The present form, the past form, and the past participle form of the verb. که در این قسمت این درس ما قبلا به شما تقدیم کرده بودم، اما به خاطر اهمیتی که داره که باید همیشه تکرار شود تا به خاطر شما باشه که شکل اول فعل چیست، شکل دوم فعل چیست و شکل سوم فعل چیست که در زمانهای مختلف در گرامر استفاده میشه. Present form of the verb, for example, find. What is the past form of this? That's what I want you to find out. What is the past participle form of this? Okay, so find, the word is what? The next word is fit. What is the past tense of fit? Think about it. Fly. What is the past tense of fly? Forget. What's the past tense of forget? Forgive. Freeze. Get. Give. Go. Grow. Let me read these words one more time. Repeat after me together. We will look at the meaning first, and then you will see if you know the past and the past participle form of the words. Okay? Please repeat. Find. Find. Fit. Fit. Fly. Fly. Forget. Forget. Forgive. Forgive. Freeze. Freeze. Get. Give. Go. Grow. So the meaning, معنای از این کلمات لغات چی است؟ یعنی تمام از این افعال است، فعل است. So find means what? پیدا کردن. Fit به معنای از این که یک چیزی که با هم وفق داشته باشه او رو میگن fit. It fits. یک چیزی که برابر باشه. It fits. مثلا کالایی با جان شما برابر باشه میگه it fits. Fly به معنای پرواز کردن است. Forget به معنای فراموش کردن است. Forgive به معنای بخشیدن یا عفو کردن است. Freeze به معنای که فریز یک چیزی که یخ میزنه، یخ زدن. Get به دست آوردن است. Give دادن است. Go به معنای رفتن است. Grow به معنای رویدن است. So now that you know the meaning, now tell me what is the past tense of find. And now you need to know what it is called, and then also you need to know the spelling. When you write it, you need to write the correct spelling. The past tense of find is what? Found. And then the past tense of fit is what? Fit. Fly is flew. Forget is what? Forgot. Forgive, forgave. Freeze, froze. Get, got. Give, gave. Go, went. Grow, grew. با خاطر داشته باشین که این رو در انگلیسی به نام افعال بی‌قاعده میگن. به معنی که افعالی که با قاعده است اگر شما رو خواسته باشین در زمان ماضی استفاده بکنین تنها ایدی رو اضافه میکنین. مثلا میگین bake, baked. I baked a cake yesterday. Right? اما تمام افعال با قاعده نیست. کارشون اینقدر آسان نیست شما ایدی رو اضافه کنین و او به زمان ماضی تبدیل شه. بعض از این فعلا شکلش فرق میکنه و ما مجبور هستیم که اون شکلی که به قاعده است رو باید به حفظ داشته باشیم. هم بفهمیم که چطور تلفظ میشه و هم اسپل یا املای لغت هم بفهمیم. So find past tense is found است. کدام دلیل نداره که چرا. کدام قانون هم نداره. Fit the present form, the past form is exactly the same. Doesn't change at all. Fly, flew. Forget, forgot. Forgive, forgave. Freeze, froze. Get, got. Give, gave. Go, went. And grow, grew. Now, the past participle form. Found is the same as past tense. Fit, fit, fit. Exactly the same thing. Fly, flew, flown. See, the third form is totally different. You have to remember that. Forget, forgot, forgotten. Forgive, forgave, forgiven. Freeze, froze, frozen. Get, got, gotten. Give, gave, given. Go, went, gone. And grow, grew, grown. Now, please repeat after me now that you know the meaning and now I give you the form. Please keep repeating because it's very easy to forget this form, especially the spelling. So please review the spelling. Please repeat after me together. Find, found, found. Fit, fit, fit. Fly, flew, flown. Forget, forgot, forgotten. Forgive, forgave, forgiven. Freeze, froze, frozen. Get, got, gotten. Give, gave, given. Go, went, gone. Grow, grew, grown. Now, I have some sentences for you, and I want you to use the correct form of each of these words, and you need to decide whether to use the present form, the past form, or the past participle form. So I give you the present form, you decide which form you need to use. So the words are find, fit, fly, forget, forgive. The sentences are, I'm going to read them for you. Who made blank to call Simin last week? 2. Did John a new job? 3. The new jacket. Tim well. It's too big. I can't those who are dishonest to the people of Afghanistan. Rahman blank from London to Washington in 2016. So sentence number 1. Umaid to call Simin last week. So what did Umaid do? Umaid what? Excuse me. Forgot to call Simin last week. Yani faramush kar. So forget is faramush kardan. Or forgot is what? Past tense. So because of last week, you have to say what? Umaid forgot to call Simin. So you change E to O, you pronounce it differently, you spell it differently, and you use it differently. You need to keep these things in mind. Number 2, did John a new job? Did John what? Find a new job. Now I say again, because of did, you have to use what? The simple form of the verb. So regardless of the time, because you use did, this form of find should always be find, the simple form. The new jacket, Tim well, it's too big. Now, the correct answer is, the new jacket doesn't fit Tim well. It's too big. So the jacket is what? Jacket. I'm wearing a jacket. So the jacket is what? Doesn't fit Tim well. It's not the right size. It's too big. Let's say Tim is size 36 and this is size 40. So it doesn't fit. It's too big. So fit is used for that. If something is the right size, you say it fits. I can't those who are dishonest to the people of Afghanistan. So I can't what? The correct answer is forgive those who are dishonest to the people of Afghanistan. Forgive means what? بخشیدن. عفو کردن. یعنی من کسایی که به افغانستان خیانت میکنن او رو بخشیدن نمیتونم. Forgive. So now you use forgive because of what? Can't. Can't is an auxiliary. After the auxiliary like do, like did, like does, like can, like will, you always use the simple form of the verb. I can't forgive. Rahman from London to Washington in 2016. 2016 is in the past. Fly is the word. You change it to past form, flew. Excuse me. Rahman flew from London to Washington in 2016. Let me read these sentences with correct completions. Umaid forgot to call Simin last week. The John find a new job. The new jacket doesn't fit Tim well. It's too big. I can't forgive those who are dishonest to the people of Afghanistan. Rahman flew from London to Washington in 2016. 5 more words from the same list to see if you can do it in context. Freeze, get, give, go, grow. Many Muslims to mosque every Friday. So some people pronounce it Muslims, some people pronounce it Muslims. I think it's both of them are correct in English. It's not an English word, so you pronounce it the way you feel comfortable. Water, blank, in very cold temperature. Number 3. Most farmers, wheat in India. The new students to the library now. Dr. Irshad is visa to visit China for 3 months. Number 1. Many Muslims to mosque every Friday. Many Muslims what? Go to mosque every Friday. So you see Fridays, mosques are basically packed with people. So many Muslims go to mosque on Fridays. So you say every Friday. That's why you have to use what? Something that you repeat again and again and again. And for that you use what? Simple present tense. Water in very cold temperature. Water what? Freezes in very cold temperature. So you use simple present tense for something that is always correct. And because water is not countable, that's why it's considered singular. And you have to put S with the verb. So water freezes in very cold temperature all the time. You don't need now, or you don't need every day or every year, because it's a fact. For facts that there's something that is always true, you always use what? Simple present tense. Most farmers wheat in India. Most farmers what? Grow wheat in India. Because farmers plural, more than one, so the verb doesn't take S. But it's a fact that they do, do it every year. The new students to the library now. The new students are going to the library now. Now, because of now, you have to use what? The present continuous form, are going to. Dr. Irshad got his visa to visit China for 3 weeks. So you get a visa, and then in this case you make it past because you got the visa to visit China for 3 months. Let me read these sentences with correct completions. Many Muslims go to mosque every Friday. Water freezes in very cold temperature. Most farmers grow wheat in India. The new students are going to the library now. Dr. Irshad got his visa to visit China for 3 months. Now we are moving to the next part. So wheat, that's the picture of wheat. So if you want to know what wheat is, that many farmers or most farmers grow wheat in India. Wheat is what we call it in Farsi gandum, and that's the picture. What I have for you here, I have a paragraph. In this paragraph has a lot of problems with verb tense. So what I want you to do is I'm going to read the paragraph for you, and then you will see if you could fix these problems. So the direction says, find the mistakes in this paragraph and correct them. ما این قسمت شو با فارسی خدمت شما عرض میکنم که یک پاراگراف خدمت شما تقدیم میکنم. در این پاراگراف باز غلطی های گرامری موجود است. اما گرامری که ما شما تا حال خواندیم زیادترش سر تنس است و شما توقع ما ایست که این ما خدمت شما قرائت میکنم میخوانم، شما هم توجه بکنید ببینید که در کجای از این جملات و یا در کدام از این جملات غلطی موجود است و شما چطور میتونید غلطی را اول باید این غلطی را پیدا بکنید، بعدا این را اصلاح بکنید. یعنی شما برای شما دو کار یا دو وظیفه میتونید. یکی است که شما باید غلطی را پیدا کنید که در کجاست. دوم، بعد از اینکه غلطی را شما پیدا کردین، غلطی را اصلاح بسازید. اول ما کل از این پاراگراف برای شما میخوانم، بعدا جمله به جمله برای شما میخوانم و میگم که باز میبینیم که در کجای از این غلطی موجود است. Okay? So let's read this. Assad graduated from high school in 1995. His high school years are very difficult. His school were very far from his house, so he didn't went out with his friends very often. Also, his parents didn't like his friends. They worried about him, and they always asked him the following questions. Where you went last night? Who you with? What time did you get home? Assad hated these questions. Sometimes he didn't tell the truth. He felt bad about lying. Now, what are the problems? Let's look at sentence number 1. Assad graduated from high school in 1995. Is there a problem in that sentence? Look carefully. Assad graduated from high school in 1995. آیا در این جمله کدام غلطی موجود است؟ اگر هست در کدام قسمتش است؟ توجه شما را به 1995 جلب میکنم. 1995 is what? Is it in the present, in the future, or in the past? Of course, it's in the past. So in English, when the time is past, the verb should also be past. So, Assad graduate is not correct. You have to say what? Assad graduated. You need the D there. Assad graduated in 1995. یعنی که در اسد در سال 1995 از مکتب فارغ التحصیل شد. ما شما میگین که فارغ التحصیل شد. در سال 1995 از مکتب فارغ التحصیل شد. نمیگین که در سال 1995 از مکتب فارغ التحصیل میشه. بخاطر اینکه میشه معنی است که the future واقع میشه. So because of that in English we have the same rule. So when you talk you have to be careful. Do you talk about the present time? Do you talk about the future time? Or do you talk about the past time? So if you talk about something which happened in 1995, you really need to use what? The past form of the verb. Okay? So the correct answer is what? Assad graduated from high school in 1995. Sentence number 2. His high school years are very difficult. His high school years are very difficult. What's the problem here? His high school years are very difficult. Okay, if you didn't find the answer, or you have, let me explain that to you. Now, we established that what? When did Assad graduate from high school? Correct, 1995. 1995 is what? In the past. His high school years means in 1995 or before that are very difficult. That's the problem. Are is used for what? For now or every day. We use what? The past form. The past form of are is what? Were. So you have to say what? His high school's years were very difficult. If you say are, the tense doesn't match. Next one. His school were very far from his house, so he didn't went out with his friends very often. His school were far from his house. Is that correct? Well, we are using past form, were. But is that the right form? His school. How many schools are we talking about? One school or more than one? The correct answer is what? We talk about one school. So we have to say what? His school was. See, was is past, were is past. The only difference is what? That you use was for something singular. But ism mufrad was istimal. You use were for jama, for the plural form. So school is what? School is singular in form. Yani ism mufradas. So you need was, a mufrad form of the verb as well. So his school was far from his house. So he didn't went out with his friends very often. He didn't went out. He didn't went out. There is a problem there. The problem is what? That after the verb auxiliaries like do, like does, like did, like can, like well, and so forth and so on, you do not use any other form but simple form of the verb. So, so you say he didn't what? He didn't go out with his friends very often. So the correct answer is what? Go, not went. Went is wrong. Yes, we talk about the past, but because we use didn't, we made it negative. We have to use the simple form of the verb. Also, his parents didn't like his friends. Is there any problem here? His parents didn't like. So it's in the past. So after didn't, we use like, which is correct. And his friends is correct. So there is no problem there. They worried about him. And they always ask him the following questions. They worried about him. That's correct. Past tense when he was in high school. And they always ask him the following question. In the past, what do you say? Ask or asked? You have to say what? They always asked him the following questions. It's questions correct. Well, the spelling is correct. The form is correct. But the capitalization is not. In the middle of the sentence, you don't use capital Q. You have to use what? Well, there is a mistake that I didn't fix. You have to say it what? Question should be with lowercase q. And then, where you went last night? Is this the way you ask questions? No. After where we use what? We use auxiliary. So you have to say what? Where did you go last night? Who you with? Where is the verb here? There is no verb. You have to say what? Who were you with? Who were you with? What time did you get home? That looks like it's correct. What time did the auxiliary you get? After did we use what? The simple form. That's correct. Asad hated these questions. Sometimes, so Asad hated. Hate is the past form. And the present form, hated. You add D, becomes past. This is correct because everything is about 1995. That's the time reference. Sometimes he didn't tell the truth. So that's also correct. He didn't tell the truth. He feels bad about lying. See, lie, lying. That's the correct spelling. But he feels bad about lying. What is the past form of feel? See? It's not like hate, hated, and graduate, graduated. Feel is irregular. That's why we need to learn the correct spelling. You have to say what? He felt. He felt bad about lying. So if you say he felt bad, then it is correct. Now, so these are all the errors here, and I made a mistake here. You have to change what? This question here, this word, this Q should be what? Should be lowercase, meaning that it should be lowercase q, not because it's the continuation of the sentence. So the correct paragraph would look like this. Asad graduated from high school in 1995. His high school years were very difficult. His school was far from his house, so he didn't go out with his friends very often. Also, his parents didn't like his friends. They worried about him, and they always asked him the following questions. Again, questions should be lowercase q. Where did you go last night? Who were you with? What time did you get home? Asad hated these questions. Sometimes he didn't tell the truth. He felt bad about lying. So, in other words, he was lying, but he was not very happy about lying. But his parents, basically because of these questions, he felt that he had to lie. Now, let's move to the next part, which is what? The listening comprehension. I certainly hope that I will be able to finish this part. So, here we learn the words, and then focus questions, and then the passage. This is something that I read to you like a year and a half ago. I brought it back to your attention. Probably some of you didn't watch that program, so you will have a chance to listen to this again. So what I want to show you is this. I'm going to show you a picture, and I want you to tell me what is happening in this picture. If we cannot finish this today, we could continue with this next time. So I'm going to show you a picture. Look at the picture and tell me what is going on. So I really want you to use that word, okay? Here is the word. What is this person doing? Look at her. In Farsi, you say what? Farja. Yeah, Farja. So what is the word for it in English? What is she doing? The correct answer is she's yawning. Right. She's yawning. Yawning is the word that we call it Farja. Okay. What is she doing? She's yawning. Now, let's look at this picture. Look at this guy. What is he doing? Same thing. He's yawning. What about this guy? What is he doing? Same thing. He's yawning. What about this little guy? This little child? What is he doing? He's also what? Yawning. So together we say what? They are yawning. So I am yawning, you are yawning, she is yawning, they are yawning. So the word is what? Yawn. Why do people yawn? And what's the reason that people yawn? یعنی مردم چرا فاجعه میکشن؟ چی سبب میشه که مردم فاجعه میکشن؟ What are your answers? I have some answers here, and I want you to choose the correct answer. Number one, we open our mouth when we yawn. Is that correct or not correct? Number two, it hurts when we yawn. Hurts معنی که وقتی که فاجعه میکشیم یعنی به اصطلاح یک درد اسم میکنیم. Is that correct or not correct? Yawning is impolite in all cultures. Is that correct or not correct? Cats can't or don't yawn. Is that correct or not correct? So for number one, we open our mouth when we yawn. It has to be correct. Yeah, it is correct. It hurts when we yawn. In most cases, the answer is what? False. It doesn't hurt. Yawning is impolite in all cultures. Is that correct? No. It's very difficult to say all cultures. It may be impolite in some cultures, but not in others or all. Impolite اون چیزی که مؤدبانه نباشه او رو میگیم impolite. یعنی یک عمل مؤدبانه نیست. But we cannot say all cultures. Cats don't yawn. Is that correct? Do cats yawn? The correct answer is what? False. They do yawn. And if you don't believe me, here is a picture. of a cat that's yawning. So yawning is something that what? All mammals do. So here are some other words that I want to use pictures to explain them to you. So it should be simple. I show you the picture, you tell me what's going on. Picture number one. What do you call this animal? The correct answer is what? Bear. Okay? Please repeat. Bear. Look at this picture. What do you call this in English? It's called? Yes. It's called camel. Correct. Camel. Let's look at these two pictures. What's happening here? How do these people feel? So you see two girls sitting there and not very happy. And what do you call that? They are what? They are happy? Probably not. Tired? Sleepy? What's your answer? They are bored. Bored means what? You don't want to do anything, you're too tired, you're bored. In Farsi you say khasta. Actually, khasta means a bored mission. So you're bored. And how about this guy? He's bored too, right? Yes. What about this person? How does she feel? She feels what? She feels excited. In Farsi, what's the word for excited? Hayajani. Somebody who hears some important news, very good news, is what? Excited. So she's excited. Please repeat, excited. What about this one? These pictures of there's a young guy and two young men there. They also look what? Very, very what? Excited. Exactly, correct. Let's look at the next picture. What about these two people? One is yawning. The other one is what? Working on laptop and falling asleep. These people are tired. When you're tired, you fall asleep like that. You start yawning. One sign of what? Being tired is what? Yawning. Okay, please repeat. Tired. یعنی که خسته شدن، خسته بودن، خسته. Tired. What about these two people? How do they feel? They feel what? Tired? No. Excited? Of course not. Bored? No. So what is the answer? How do they feel? What do you call it in Farsi? The correct answer is nervous. They are nervous. Okay. The word is nervous. Nervous. Now, look at this picture. You see a picture of a group of cars. They're trying to pass each other. And you see a group of people that are riding bikes. They want to what? Win and pass each other. So what is the right word for this? The right word is what? Race. Race. So race is what? Musabaqa. So it could be people that are riding bikes, they will have a musabaqa. Or they could be driving cars and fast and trying to pass each other. They can have what? A race. So there could be a car race, or a bike race, or a horse race. So when it's a race, means it is a musabaqat. Somebody wants to win and beat other people. Okay? So this is car race, and this is what? Mountain bike race. So these bicycles are on the mountain, and each one of them want to win. They are in a race. Okay? Race. The same word, same spelling, same pronunciation is also means skin color. Now, what about this person? What do you see in this picture? These parts in the face, in the hand, in the legs, you call it what? Muscles, correct. But then you do what? You stretch the muscles. You kind of move the muscles, okay? Please repeat. The stretching muscles. Stretching muscles. What about these animals? These animals have something in common. What do they have in common? They all belong to one group. What do you call that group of animals? I'll give you a hint. All these animals give birth to their babies. What do you call animals that they give birth? What's the word for it? One word for it in English. Animals that they give birth to their babies. They are called, correct, I gave you the word at the beginning of the session, mammals. Okay, please repeat, mammals. All these animals are what? They are mammals. Now, these are the remaining of the words. Some of them that we have pictures for you, others that we didn't. I'm going to give you the words. Mammals was the last picture. It means what? Animals that bear babies. Bear babies means what? That they give birth to babies. Contagious. Contagious means catching, giving it to others by physical contact or air. So in Farsi the word for contagious is what? Sorry. Yani amroz sorry. مثلا ریزش is a contagious disease. یک مرض ساری است که از یک شخص به شخص دیگه میره. Yawning is what? Also contagious. اگر یک نفر به طور مثال فاجعه بکشه، دیگه نفرایی که رو میبینن هم فاجعه میکشن. پس yawning is what? Contagious. Please repeat. Contagious. Contagious. Quickly means what? Fast, right away. However, but, alert, awake, not sleeping. Might be means maybe. Stretch means what? To pull or move muscles. Race is what? Competition, contest. Now, what I want you to do is to repeat after me these words together. Okay? Please repeat. Mammals. Mammals. Contagious. Contagious. Quickly. Quickly. However. However. Alert. Alert. Might be. Might be. Stretch muscle. Stretch muscle. Race. Race. Because of time, I will not be able to finish this listening comprehension. So when I meet you next time, I will review the words right away and then I will read the passage to you. But at this point, I have to stop because of time. So I wish you a very good week and I will see you next week. بیننده های بسیار محترم تلویزیون ایمان، به خاطر از اینکه وقت کافی نداریم نتونستم این درس تا آخر بر شما تقدیم بکنم. انشاءالله که در هفته آینده بقیه از درس خدمت شما تقدیم خواهد کردم. تا هفته آینده شما را به خداوند متعال میسپارم. خدا حافظ. تشکر.
تلویزیون اسلامی ایمان و بنیاد راقم با افتخار تقدیم می کنند مجموعه گرانبها و پرارزش زندگی نامه پیامبر بزرگ اسلام حضرت محمد صلی الله علیه و سلم